Hey everybody, welcome back to the 509 Objective. Got a different video for you today, but before we get into that, I wanted to remind you all to head over to the All American Heroes Foundation website. Link is down in the description. Head over there, donate $5 for me. They're going to take your $5 and use it to help out veterans and first responders. So that being said, today's video is way different than anything I've ever done. So I am going to take you all on a actual search and rescue mission. So this is actual footage from the mission that I took. I do have to preface it with a small disclaimer, and that disclaimer is simply that when I am filming a regular adventure or something like that, I'm able to easily focus on the adventure, what I'm doing, and filming, trying to get the good shots, setting up the camera here or there, whatnot. I've also filmed a couple of search and rescue training missions, and I was certainly able to concentrate on what I was doing and film at the same time. But in a actual mission where lives are at stake, I am 1,000,000% focused on the mission at hand, and that is the most important reason why I'm there. Filming is completely secondary to that. And in these videos, I had a hard time remembering to turn on the camera. I was not able to do any other views because I was so focused on the mission at hand. And I ended up killing the battery on the GoPro, and my spare batteries were buried in my pack, which was strapped to a quad, and I couldn't take the extra time needed to swap out batteries. So and I was only using a body mount, so the camera's like right here on my chest, and that was it. So it is really raw, not the greatest footage, but I did want to share it with you all in the hopes that you want to see more actual footage from missions. So like the video, comment if you want to see actual more actual footage from missions. Granted, I would be very discreet in what is shown, in what is captured, but there's certainly aspects of every mission I can show on the channel. So if you guys want to see that, let me know, and I will find a way to film and be 100% focused. So I will work on that really hard. So let me know, but let's get into the video. I see snow! So the information we were given at the start of the mission was simply that 3 subjects were out on their dirt bikes and had gotten kind of lost, and it was late in the day and darkness set in, and it was snowing, and that they had no headlights on their dirt bikes in order to ride out, to ride out. 2 of their cell phones had died. The 3rd one, they were able to contact 911 to get patched through to the sheriff's department, which then in turn got to search and rescue, and we were able to get accurate coordinates on them. So here's the map that was developed for this mission. You see the blue line in there. That is myself right there. So that is me being tracked. If I zoom way the heck in here, you can see multiple tracks. So I will get to that later. So you can see here where it says ATV staging right there in the center. That was actually on this spur road where we turned off of the 1000 road. That is where we staged. We unloaded the ATVs and 1 side-by-side. There were 2 ATVs and 1 side-by-side. So that's where we unloaded. We unloaded those because we weren't sure about having enough room at the end of the road to turn a trailer around. So we ran the ATVs up and the side-by-side up. The video you saw before was running up that road when I saw those deer. So another vehicle went on ahead before as we were getting unloaded and went to the end of the road to stage. If you follow that blue line, which is me again, and if I zoom in here, you see my name there, where it says motorcycles. So where that X is where the subjects are located. They are on the short and dirty 4x4 trail. So we were able to look at right here where this road comes up to here, and we were within 1 mile of our subject's location. So you can see where that sharp bend is right here in the center. That is the start of a very serious 4x4 trail, and only suitable for Jeeps and quads and things like that. So we were within about 1 mile of them, and they were approximately 1,300 feet above us. You can see if you look at all the contour lines on this track here, it was pretty steep. So it was determined that everybody would stage down at this area right here, and that we would go in with the quads as far as we could. If we could make it to them, great. If not, we would come back and get some ground team members to hike in to them to get them out. No road! So at this point, finding the dead end, we turned around and there was another road leading downhill, and it was downhill pretty steep, and we knew we didn't need to go downhill at all. So we turned around from that and did a regroup with our map to find where we needed to go. Hey Jake! Judging by our tracks here,
yeah,
we go back and look for something on the left.
back this way?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
So,
Just take it slow.
that shows the 677 there.
Okay.
And that'll start climbing.
Sounds good. Do what we can.
So here we located the road we needed to go up to the ridge top. And I need to note that this was a very steep trail. I was standing in the footrest for the passenger area that was behind me, and almost had my chest on the handlebars. It was so steep. The quad had no problem going up it, but it really would have been nice with my sled. So at this point, we have made it up to the top of the ridge, and our subjects are just off to our left, a short ways. At this point, they could probably hear us. I decided to turn on the red and blue strobes on my machine so that if they weren't directly on the trail, they would see those as they light up the forest and reflect off the snow, that they would know it was us.
ATV Team 1 to ops. ATV Team 1 to ops. I got no comms. There they are. Yes, we have made it to the subject. We will report on how they are in a second here.
All right, y'all. That's where I'm going to end the videos. Camera did die shortly after that last clip, so we were able to get to the subjects fairly quickly. I think it took us about 20 minutes from the staging area up to them. We initially got to them and determined their needs, how cold they were, and whatnot. It was determined that one was much colder than the other two, so we decided that that subject needed to be taken out first. And since we never ride a machine alone, there's always a pair at minimum, that we took the one subject, put him on the passenger seat on my machine, and both of us took him down to the staging area, and we left the other two with our hypothermia pack, which had blankets. We instructed them to use them, and we gave them a handheld radio so that they would be able to communicate with our operations officer down at the staging area. We then took the one subject down. It took about 11 minutes to get him down to the staging area, to waiting vehicles, and other personnel to further evaluate that person's needs. And then we turned around and went back up and got the other two and brought them down. All in all, this mission took, let's see, we got the initial call around 9 p.m. and I was back home around 3:30 in the morning. So a fairly quick mission. It was fairly textbook. It went very well. Everything worked out great. One thing to note is these guys were not prepared at all for a night in the woods, especially with the snow. As you saw, they did have a fire going, and I want to note how they started that fire, because we asked them, and they determined they had gas in their motorbikes, and they had spark from the spark plug. So they took a candy wrapper and pulled a fuel line off, got some gas in it, and found some dry pine needles and put that in there, took out a spark plug, and kicked over the bike and used the spark from the spark plug to ignite the gas and then start their fire. So it was very smart of them to think outside the box and get that fire going. As you noticed also, or may not have, but there was only 2 motorcycles there for the 3 riders. Apparently the third one broke down earlier in the day, and they doubled up on one and ended up getting in a worse situation as the day progressed. So, but everything turned out good. We got them back down to town, to the sheriff's office, where their family was waiting for them. Reunited them with them, and they said they were going to be going up in the next couple of days to retrieve their motorcycles. So, that being said, that's it for the video, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button or leave me a comment. If you did like that and want to see more of that, I will do my best to get better footage. Thanks again. Remember, God bless you. Take care of yourself. And remember to live a life that matters every single day. Appreciate y'all.